Have you ever pondered about the sky and its mysterious return as mentioned in the Quran? This reference to the returning sky has intrigued scholars, scientists, and the spiritually inclined for centuries, sparking deep contemplation and wide-ranging interpretations. In the Quran, the sky is often referred to as the returning sky. But what does this mean? Does the sky physically return to a certain place? Or is it a metaphorical return symbolizing a cycle or a process? These are questions that have fueled many philosophical and scientific discussions. Let's start by exploring what the term returning sky could signify. One interpretation is that it refers to the cyclical nature of the sky, the way it changes from day to night, and how the celestial bodies, such as the sun, moon, and stars, appear to move across it. This could be seen as a kind of return. Another interpretation, particularly interesting to those with a scientific bent, is that the returning sky refers to the way the atmosphere interacts with the Earth. The sky, or more accurately, the Earth's atmosphere, plays a vital role in sustaining life on our planet. It provides us with breathable air, protects us from harmful solar radiation, and helps regulate our climate. Could its return refer to these essential functions it performs for us, time and again? Moreover, could it be related to the water cycle, where water evaporates from the Earth's surface, ascends to the sky, forms clouds, and then returns to the Earth as rain? Or perhaps it is about the reflection of radio waves off the ionosphere, enabling long-distance communication? The returning sky could also refer to the way the sky appears to return to us every day as a new canvas, painted with the changing hues of dawn, the bright blue of midday, the golden and crimson colors of sunset, and the deep black of night, adorned with twinkling stars. Let's dive into the depth of this concept and unravel this cosmic miracle. As we venture on this journey, we will explore the various interpretations of the returning sky, both spiritual and scientific, shedding light on this fascinating celestial puzzle. The Quran, in its profound wisdom, refers to the sky as the returning sky. But what does this mean? Let's delve into the interpretation of Ibn Abbas, a renowned scholar, who provides us with an insight into this fascinating concept. According to Ibn Abbas, the phrase "the returning sky" is a reference to the cyclical nature of the sky. The sky, in its majestic expanse, returns in the form of rain. The Quran uses the word returning to signify a cycle, the cycle of water. Water evaporates from the earth, transforms into clouds in the sky, and then returns to the earth as rain. This cycle is vital for life on earth, supporting everything from our agriculture to our water supply. But the return isn't just about rain. Ibn Abbas also points to the return of objects by Earth's gravity. Everything that goes up must come down, as we know from our elementary physics lessons. This universal law of gravity, which was later formalized by Sir Isaac Newton, is subtly indicated in the Quran's reference to the sky as returning. Moreover, the returning sky concept can also be associated with the reflection of radio waves off the ionosphere. This natural phenomenon allows for long-distance communication, enabling our radio, television, and even our cell phone signals to travel great distances. Lastly, the Quran's reference to the returning sky may also allude to the return of red rays that warm the Earth at night. This is a natural process that contributes to the Earth's temperature regulation, making our planet habitable. Isn't it fascinating to think about these concepts that were mentioned centuries ago? The Quran's returning sky is not just a poetic phrase, but a concept rich with scientific implications, demonstrating the intricate cycles and laws that govern our world. This is just one example of the Quran's profound wisdom, which continues to resonate with us even today. Now let's see how science backs up this ancient wisdom. Consider the water cycle, an elegant dance of nature. Water evaporates from the surface of the earth, turning into vapor. This vapor rises, condenses into clouds, and eventually returns to us as rain. This process, a fundamental part of our planet's ecosystem, mirrors the concept of the returning sky, as it was described centuries ago in the Quran. Now let's look at gravity. It's the force that keeps us grounded, quite literally. When an object is thrown into the air, it doesn't keep going into space. Instead, it comes back down. That's gravity at work. It pulls everything toward the center of the earth, making sure that what goes up must come down. Furthermore, think about radio waves. These are a type of electromagnetic wave that can travel through space. When they hit the ionosphere, a layer of the Earth's atmosphere, they don't just pass through. Instead, they are reflected back towards the Earth. This allows radio signals to be received even when the sender and receiver aren't in direct line of sight. And what about the red rays that warm our Earth at night? These are infrared radiation, a type of electromagnetic wave, just like radio waves. During the day, the Earth absorbs sunlight, some of which is stored as heat. At night, this heat is released as infrared radiation, warming the Earth. Each of these phenomena, the water cycle, gravity, the reflection of radio waves, and the warming effect of infrared radiation, exemplify the concept of the returning sky. They are processes in which something leaves the Earth, interacts with the sky or space, and then returns in some form. So we can see that the concept of the returning sky, as outlined in the Quran, isn't just spiritual or metaphorical. It's a tangible, observable reality that is supported by numerous scientific facts. Indeed, the Quran and science walk hand in hand, complementing each other beautifully. One of the images of the returning sky is the vibrating return of air. But what does this mean? Let's delve into it. The lower layer of Earth's gaseous atmosphere, also known as the troposphere, holds about 75% of the atmosphere's total mass. It's a cocktail of nitrogen gas, oxygen, traces of water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, dust aerosols, and less concentrated traces of argon, helium, and some sulfur compounds. Now, why is this significant? This unique combination of gases and their physical properties form the basis for the existence of sound and its echoes, making it integral to life on Earth. Imagine this: when our vocal cords vibrate, they create pressures in the air that radiate outwards in waves, filling the air around us. Our eardrums pick up these vibrations, allowing us to hear the sounds. Without the specific chemical composition and physical characteristics of this layer, we wouldn't hear each other, and life as we know it would be impossible. Here's a fun fact. Sound doesn't travel in a vacuum because there are no air particles capable of transmitting sound waves. That's why astronauts communicate using radio waves, which can travel in space. Now, what about echoes? When sound waves collide with objects denser than air, they bounce back, creating an echo. This vibrational return in the form of sounds and echoes is an essential aspect of the returning sky. The speed at which these sound waves travel is also fascinating. On average, sound waves travel at speeds of around 1,200 kilometers per hour at sea level. This speed varies depending on the density of the medium they're moving through. For instance, in water, sound travels approximately 4 times faster than in air. In conclusion, the lower layer of Earth's gaseous atmosphere, with its unique composition and physical properties, facilitates the vibrating return of air, enabling sound and its echoes. This is a critical aspect of the returning sky. Without the returning sky, we wouldn't hear each other, making life impossible. Another image of the returning sky is the water reflux. This fascinating process paints a vivid picture of how the sky gives back to the Earth, a cycle that's as scientific as it is poetic. Our planet is a water world, with water covering more than 71% of its surface. This massive amount of water, approximately 1.36 billion cubic kilometers, didn't just appear out of nowhere. It originates from the Earth itself, gushing out from the ground through volcanic eruptions and other geological activities. But how does it return to the Earth, you might wonder? Well, this is where the magic of the returning sky comes into play. As the water vapor rises, it reaches the upper parts of the atmosphere, where the temperatures are extremely low. This causes the water vapor to condense and form clouds. These clouds, filled with billions of tiny water droplets or ice particles, are the precursors to the phenomenon we know as rain. When conditions are just right, these droplets combine, becoming too heavy to stay aloft, and fall to the Earth as precipitation. This precipitation flows into rivers and streams, replenishes underground water reserves, and fills our lakes and oceans. And so the water that once gushed from the Earth returns, completing a cycle that's as essential to life as it is awe-inspiring. This cycle is called the water cycle, or the hydrologic cycle, and it's one of the most fundamental processes in nature. It's also a perfect example of how the sky returns what it takes, a concept that's as deeply ingrained in science as it is in the spiritual texts. But what's truly remarkable is that this process happens continuously, day in and day out, ensuring that water, the lifeblood of our planet, is constantly renewed and redistributed. This is not a one-time event, but rather an ongoing cycle that has been happening for billions of years. The return of the sky, therefore, is not just a spiritual concept, it's a scientific reality that we experience every day. Let's summarize what we've learned today. The concept of a returning sky, as referred to in the Quran, has fascinated scholars and scientists alike. According to the Quran, the sky returns in various forms. Scientifically, this return can be seen through natural phenomena, such as the water cycle, where water vapor returns as rain, and gravity that pulls objects back to Earth. Moreover, reflections from the ionosphere create radio waves, and red rays return to warm the Earth at night. The vibrational return of air, or sound and its echo, is yet another manifestation of this concept. Lastly, the water reflux, which covers over 71% of the Earth, also represents a form of return. All these phenomena underscore the cosmic wisdom embedded in the Quran. As we look up at the sky, let's remember its miraculous return and the cosmic wisdom embedded in the Quran.